Now, here's why I think that large language models of the type that we find in ChatGPT and GPT-4 are the future of the web. So there's a big feeling that Web 2 had played itself out from going from a social web to services that were very, very closed off and controlled by the major online aggregators like Facebook and others. And so, as we know, for the last few years, there's been this hunt for what might be Web 3. And the theory was that Web 3 could be built on an own your own data model on the blockchain. And as we know, more than a decade in, very few people are using products like that. There's a lot of retrenchment, and the developers in the Web3 space have gone back in some sense to basics on the one hand, and on the other hand, regulators are crawling over some sort of egregious and outrageous claims and behaviours that came from that segment. While that was happening, AI started to really improve. And I think that as we see the maturity of these LLMs, we actually start to see the outlines of a new set of behavioral interactions across the internet on the one hand, and a whole new class of information supply and an information economy that supports that on the other. If you think about what the web was really about, it was really about finding, accessing and making use of information. I mean, that was what the system that Sir Tim Berners-Lee prototyped and built in CERN in 1989 was all about. And the direction of travel was about making that system richer and richer and richer. Search engines came along. Initially, they were just keyword search engines, and they got more and more sophisticated, and they speeded up our ability to access that information. And at the same time, publishing tools made it easier for more of us to publish into that space. And then we got into this sort of molasses in the late 2010s, when business models were starting to take hold and everything started to look a little bit like it had lost its luster. So we're looking for that new paradigm. And what I see within LLMs is exactly a provision of that paradigm. It's not problem-free by any means, but it is providing a completely new interaction mechanism for us to make use of these distributed computer systems that we have on the internet.